Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Got for 2021. It's the Jeep. It's the Grand Cherokee. It's got the big 3.6. It needs front brakes and a right-hand outer tie rod end. Feel like we're getting back to our roots, man. SMA brake job videos, huh? 22.5 mm. This is a kit made by the Astro Tools. One of your favorite bits of kit if you're in the salt belt where our nuts are always swollen. Stick a regular 22 or a 7/8 on there, they tend to get stuck. So our friends at Astro came out with their half-size sockets because it's these tin-coated nuts and they get rust under them and they get a little bit puffy. Eventually they split and fall off. But for now, even that one's a little bit swole. There we are. Come on. You can do it. Come on, man. There we go. We got her. What size do we have there? 21. Probably a 22, 24-ish. Oh yeah, first try. Go ahead and crack your jam nut loose. Nice. Oh, first try again. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! The mere threat of just whacking it. Before we get hog wild, let's make sure we have the correct part. It's your classic 269er 4087 from Napper. Not a sponsor. It's got that same humpty hump. Looks good. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6 tie rod turns. 19, 20, 21, 21.5. Now that method is complete crap. So if you're doing that thinking your alignment's gonna be good, it won't be. We're just driving it over to the next bay to do the alignment, so it doesn't matter. I wanted to show that process. It does get you kind of close, but don't be out driving that thing around for days. Let's get some grease. Are we gonna be nice to our alignment guy? I think so. I think we will. Used to be my nickname back in school, Mr. Nice Guy. So all we do there is we run it on just a little bit. You don't have to clean all the threads. He's not going all the way. I'll never sneeze on that baby. Ugga Dugga setting number 3. Can's getting low. We took it on, put it on approximately the same amount of turns we took it off. That doesn't appear to be 21. It is. Looks like an 18-ish. And you'd be wrong, sir. We're going to call it a 19. Lightly snug for the moment. We have a grease fitting. It is aftermarket. Spin that in there. If you love your alignment guy, lightly snug the jam nut. Make sure you tell him, because if this thing ends up dead nuts and he doesn't touch it, you definitely don't want that coming loose. So if you do go through and free things up and you don't jam them down wicked tight or within factory specs, make sure you tell your alignment guy that. We're gonna go to 70 pound-feet of torque. However, there's a 1 in 7 trillion chance that it's gonna line up with the hole to put the cotter pin through, and or the split pin. There it is, and the inevitable happens. But I just wanted to show you torquing it. The way we all feel good. And then we go from 70 to about 180. Push in the split pin. Which way you want to do it, boys. We're going to do the classic up down. Oh boy, he's cutting both tails. Hit that thing like a little woodpecker. It's not NASA, folks, and we ain't sending it to the moon, so calm yourself. Take our 8 mil, tighten the grease nipple, 55 foot-pounds on that. Robert's your mother's brother, Tyrod is Dunsky. Of course, use your favorite lubricant to grease it. Give that a wee bit of a wiggle. We'll see. Get in here. Cut the edge of this rotor a little bit. Oh, she crusty. Yeah, crusty. We're gonna push the pistons in here slightly. If we can. Pins might be seized up just a wee bit. There we go. Now we're in the hole. Pull that towards us. Now she's wiggly. Oh, what do we have back here? We've got a couple plastic caps. Take those off. They're just little plastic caps. Little doodads. Whoa! Those are big. They got those things. Frickin' Fiats. 9 of 10. Oh, these mother effers. You know what? Stupid frickin' vehicle. 11 millimeter. Who makes a frickin' 11 millimeter amp? This dude better hope he's got one kicking around. Must be I've been down this old road before. Ain't this cowboy's first rodeo, because I got some oddball, a Carlisle 11 mil. I don't remember that day, but I got it. And then we need to ease something here, Torque's bit. Said in service data, never ever, do not grease these. Ever in your life, it says. Very specific, bold letters, do not grease pins. Yeah, because you know, that always works out good in the rust belt. Yeah. Run them in dry, baby. We're gonna unhook the wire here for the abs. Just gonna get it out of the brake hose. You'll see it just clicks out of there. Oh, that's how it's gonna be, huh? Hey man, I thought we were friends. How do you like me now? Just had to get the outer pad to crack loose from the caliper. Does this have rose clips on the inside? It sure does. So this means the inside pad is going to come out with the caliper in theory, and it did. So your inner pad will go with it because it's got little rose clips on it, or had. Okay. Then you just let this thing swing by the hose. I'm kidding. Gosh. You have to take everything so serious. Here's your outer pad. That was stuck. Okay. She's crusty. She's thumping. Pads aren't completely wore out friction material wise. Still got a little something there. Customer complaint. The thumpity thumps going on in the brakes. Let me go get a caliper holder before people go cray cray, and then we'll zip this thing off. Guess we could do that right now. We'll hold them in suspense. I don't know if it's going to have enough lead in its pencil. Yes, sir. We won't drop that one directly on the floor. But there's our bracket. It's classic E20 inverted torques. It's an innie, not an outie. It's like my belly button. Sometimes cars have O-rings there. If it's missing, don't get too excited. 98% chance it's not going to go back on because it's had some lubrication put on it, so now it's a little bit swole, and it will create more problems than it cures. Time to bring out the dog special edition 498K Astro. You got to put your squints on and your earmuffs. Hammer time. There it is. Here, come on, man. I call that last move the around the world. I usually wouldn't promote wire brushing because wire brushing, if there's heavy rust, you know, flaky rust, it's just gonna smooth it up, make it look good. This had some kind of superficial rust, dust on the outside edge. So we just use the wire brush. Get that junk there. I'm gonna get a handheld wire brush. We're gonna give her a little handy here on the inside. Bring this over. Get your double piston push back tool. There you go. Choose your words. Not quite long enough to hit bottom. Great. So that's not going to work. We need to fill the gap. To fill the gap, we're going to stick a pad in there. Make sure there is room in your brake reservoir before pushing your pistons back. There it is. No, it will not. It will not ruin your ABS valve by pushing your piston back in. Because believe it or not, every time you let off your brake pedal, a little bit of fluid goes back. Don't breathe that stuff in. These are phenolic pistons. That is French for plastique of some sort of composite. You want to make sure the face here is nice and clean, and this one is. The face of our caliper pistons are nice and clean. And then step 2, we need to make sure our rubber here is nice and clean. I'm going to go wheel these up on the whizzy wheel of Roger. We're going to clean them up. I'm going to get a nylon brush. We're going to clean out the bores. And then I'm going to go over in the sandblast cabinet and I'm going to blast off the ears where the pads sit. Because she's rusty and crusty. Nylon brush. Ooh. That's fun, huh? Now, get your pins that you brushed up. Now you put in your pocket. You just got to get the junk off. Super lube. It's super. It's silicone. I don't know why they say to run these babies home dry. That's nuts. You don't have to go bananas with them. I mean, I'll give them that. Just a little around that lip is all you need. Yep, 2021, already part of the way through its inevitable death sentence. Whenever you buy a car in New York, I can't believe people around here buy brand new cars. Oh, but it's an investment. It's not an investment, folks. It's perhaps the biggest waste of money you could ever have. Definitely not an investment. An investment would be having 100 shares in NVIDIA stock, and then they announce a 10-1 split, and then the stock goes up another 30%. That's an investment. Cars, they're a waste of money. We're gonna take some silly ceramic. Not 100% necessary on phenolic pistons. Give it a little bit of a swipe right there. Swipe right there. If you have metal pistons, absolutely. Always grease your metal to metal contacts. Grab yourself an innie, brand new. Slip that on. Take a little more of your silly ceramic. You can use a brush if you feel so inclined to do so. Metal to metal contact here. We're just wiping a little bit of the grease on there. Helps prevent some brake squealage. There's that. Oh, let's see. We balance that right there for right now. It's like a barrel of monkeys. We got that thing just sitting there. Breaking out the film, the fluid, the sheep's wool, the lanolin. There's that. That'll help our rotor from getting stuck on there. Let me grab us a new one. Look at this go. Wrong hole. There it is. Oh wow, wanted to do the big unboxing. People like unboxings. Not sure about it myself. I like to use an axle nut. There's that. These don't have any oily schmoo on them, so we don't have to take anything off. Let me go get a brush. Again, service data says do not apply brake grease to the caliper bracket. So we're going to do that. We'll grease it up here. That's probably the first time in service data I've ever seen it refer to that very specifically. Do not add grease to anything on the brake system. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, here we are. Maybe where you folks live and it's sunny and you don't get all the salt. We get salt year-round, 24/7. They salt our back roads to keep the dust down, and they salt our winter roads to keep the ice down. $170 Newton meters, or 125 on the pound-feet meter. There's that one. Or snugged up on the common sense meter. You just don't want them falling off, I'll tell you that. That's embarrassing. Outer pad, very gingerly slip in. OEM had the squealer on the leading edge. Most manufacturers have it on the trailing edge. What do I know? Probably doesn't matter. Our brakes around here never make it to the squealer range anyways. Uncurl your pigtail. Make sure your pins are pushed in there. Oh, just slip it in. Just like so. I'd move the camera, but you have to imagine what I'm doing back here. I'm using an Allen socket to thread the bolts back in. Make sure you have these started by hand. I guess Chrysler always did weird stuff. Didn't they use like a 9mm on these? I know they were 9mm thread. I do know that. That's a fact. Because the Dakotas and stuff and the Jeeps that used to run those, they would strip out and knuckle, and you'd have to find a 9. I think it was a 9x125. We used to helicoil them back in the day. We're gonna go 41 on this. Whoa! Or 47.6. I think it was the Notorious B.I.G. that used to sing a song about being back in the day. I don't have the pass, or I would sing the song for you, or at least throw out some lyrics. You have to look that up yourself, I guess. I'm gonna put my caps back on. Oh, there they are. Now you've got this mother effer. That's what they call these things, because you're gonna send this thing flying a few times if it's your first rodeo. It's just like one quick move. That's it. Is that in all the way? We're gonna make sure it is. Hold your hand over it, cut you into teeth. Little screwdriver. Oh, that one's in. That one's in. And I think, in the words of a famous Warner Brother character, yibbity yibbity yibbity, that's all, folks. You can elect to replace the O-ring here. It doesn't really do a whole lot. Or you can leave it off, as we are going to. If you put it back on and it's all sloppy loose, it could get wedged between your tire, or between your wheel and your brake rotor, giving you a false sensation that it is tight. And then your wheel flies off. And if there's a busload of nuns in the other lane and it hits them, well, use your imagination. It could get ugly. Well, we had a shout out to Porky Pig and a Notorious B.I.G. all in one video. The Notorious P.I.G. Porky. Isn't he the one that says yibbity yibbity yibbity? I think so. Torque setting 1. Don't do it one. Do the brakes on the other side too.
Hey, kitty. Wanna go inside? Come on. How you doing? Huh? Yeah, he's a good girl. Come on, there you go.
Contact. 52,514 on this pig. Make sure your brake fluid is full. Take a little toot around town here. That, folks, is that. Just gotta leave it here so my boy Josh can bring it in and do the alignment, aka set the tow, park it back outside. I'm kidding, we'll do everything it needs. But at the very least it'll get that so the wheels are straight ahead again. It wasn't bad driving down the road, just a tiny bit to the right, so he'll get that wheel all straightened out when he's done doing the brakes on that Hemi Dodge Ram. And that's it. Why don't you guys ram into each other down in that comment section? Questions, comments, Insta, Facebook. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.